Okay, folks, going to continue down the same new path of kind of exploring some of my experiences with meditation. So, today's episode, the quote is, "Sometimes it feels like the same thoughts keep coming back to bother us. But if we watch closely, we'll see that each moment is unique." And my thoughts and kind of actually my experience with this meditation, this made me think of the ocean and its waves. Perhaps our mind in its resting state is similar. Similar. I can say the word. Thoughts spring up like waves and then crash back down into the ocean if we simply observe them. And then I kind of go on to say, I've noticed that it's really difficult for me to remember the thoughts that I have while meditating. And so I want to kind of explore that a little bit. Oh, I noticed my microphone's right in here, in the shot. So you get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes. Whatever, it's fine. Imperfect, going with it. So I noticed that when I meditate, there are a lot of thoughts and almost like kind of weird conversations that start to kind of crop up. Little bits and pieces, almost like that sort of experience you get when you're kind of just falling asleep and you get sort of a dream, but it's not like a full visual dream. At least that's sometimes what I get. I get these sort of like kind of conversational dreams that then sort of fade away. And so I experience that from time to time with meditation, and I don't really remember. Like I remember kind of hearing different thoughts, having different thoughts, but when I come out of the meditation, I don't remember any of them. So it's almost like a dream where if I don't pay close attention to my dreams, I don't remember them. I used to. I got to get back into the habit of it, doing a dream journal, and that actually really sharpens the focus on remembering your dreams. So if you are interested in like dream interpretation or analysis, highly recommend a dream journal. That'll get that flow of energy and you'll remember more of your dreams. But that's not what I'm talking about here. And what I'm looking at is my phone. So let's get back into it. And this is what I say. They feel similar to dreams, random, disconnected, sometimes conversations, but they fade quickly, just like the waves. I find myself coming out of meditation early this time. So apparently, I did this meditation a while ago, so I'm trying to catch up on some of these thoughts, and eventually I'll start doing them in real time. So I found myself coming out of meditation early this time. Oh, and this is interesting. Small itches and runny nose caught my attention. So I was having a little bit of a hard time staying in the meditation. My runny nose must have been when I was probably getting over a cold. It's also been kind of cold and rainy out in Portland, as it is typically. So it's easy to get a runny nose, which is a bit ironic because the noise of my neighbors was much more, this was interesting, much more obtrusive, but had little effect. So I usually meditate right after work. So people are usually coming home and they're maybe getting their groceries or doing whatever they need to do to kind of settle in for the evening. And that can be kind of loud. But I noticed that didn't bother me. Like none of that stuff really bothers me. The outside noises, traffic, people walking around. What bothered me more was like these little kind of itches on my body and my nose running, which seems funny because I would think that the outside noises would be so much more distracting, but they weren't. Let's see. In fact, I enjoyed the wave of their energy arriving, cresting, and then subsiding. Oh, yeah. So I was able to sort of use some of the external noises as part of the meditation to sort of observe them and watch them fade away, just like you do with your thoughts. So I found that to be kind of good, or similar to how you pay attention or focus on your breath. You might be able to hear some of the crows in the background. Today's been a very crow high energy sort of situation today. They're squawking out there, making noises, which I don't mind. I love that as well. It's nice to have some crow friends doing their thing. But what was I saying here? Getting distracted. So just like you would focus on maybe your breath as a way to kind of focus and center yourself, I was able to use some of the external sounds to do the same sort of thing. And last but not least, no more or less important than any other activity around me. Oh yeah, so um, again, kind of reemphasizing the external noises, the breathing. They're all kind of on the same plane of importance, of being able to, or even the thoughts, being able to acknowledge them, be aware of them, and then kind of watch them fade away. So I think it's kind of cool to be able to start incorporating more of the external world, because it does talk about in Headspace, talks about making the practice expand out further than just the session that you're in, where eventually you can kind of live in a realm of awareness and quiet confidence in your day-to-day goings, which is where I'm trying to get to, trying to slowly incorporate that into more of my being. So, all right, before I go further into ramblings and save my voice a little bit again, it's kind of later in the afternoon, so I'm getting tired, so I'm going to wind down and I'm going to say peace.